There's a meter box the material goes into, steel belt. The material cascades over to the incline belt. It's a 70-foot incline belt. Onto a 20-man pick station. The pick station line has a rubber belt. Materials then cascade into trommel 1. Trommel 1 sorts the materials. The overs coming out are plastic jugs. Materials larger than 3 inches. Another belt takes this material to trommel 2. Trommel 2 continues separating the materials into 2 more fractions. Basically, they're taking out your aluminum cans, tin cans, any of your small metals. There is a magnet at the end of this belt. Your fines and small coarse materials would come out of this belt, which also has a magnet, pulling out nails, batteries, bottle caps, any of that smaller fraction. You then continue your way to the final platform, which we call the metal platform. The materials would dump over. An overhead magnet. You have another chance to grab any of the tin and steel that might happen to still be left in there. This is what's going to separate it from the plastics materials coming out and the small paper fines. This goes on to a vibrating platform, then goes through an eddy current, which has 2 belts to release. The smaller fines materials of paper would come out of this belt, and your aluminum cans would finally come out of this belt. What we were doing was then taking that small fraction over by a conveyor system to a ballistic separator, and the ballistic separator had a finger on it, multiple fingers, which would separate then the 3D materials. They would cascade out in this belt. Plastics and all your 3Ds. And then the final belt is where the very fine paper and the newspapers would fluff over. The footprint's roughly 200 feet.